few call-in users. For a call-in user, can identify as David. Let me try and mute the resident now. Please state your name and city of residence.
Yes, hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hi. David Webb, City of Worcester. 932A. 30 trash bins is too little too late. These should be compacting and solar, like a resident asked for on Main Street last year. 910A. Our Parks and Public Works departments have been great examples of what happens when there's one person in charge for too long without procedures, policies, or oversight, and how it is disadvantageous and harmful to entire communities. On the exact same note, regarding 913A, the WPD attempting to dismiss, deflect the findings of the Department of Justice, I think it's wild that the chief, rather than admit to a history of problematic behavior from his department, which he wasn't even in charge of for most of the time that it was happening, points out that even students can tell our department has an issue by pointing out students were involved in making the report, and claims that the Worcester Police Department is so well known for taking advantage of sex workers that impersonating them is a tactic used by other rapists. 7 hours after that so-called meeting, I was assaulted again, and again violently reminded that the Worcester Police Department doesn't keep anyone safe. Exactly as with constables in unlawful evictions, the Worcester Police made it abundantly clear that they do not protect people. They protect themselves, their families, and bank-owned property. The responding officer contradicted himself, incorrectly cited the law, and when I exercised my right to remain silent, told me that he'd just pressed charges against both me and the other guy, and asked me if I thought that was fair. Later, when I called back, dispatch asked why I waited so long to file a report. An officer at the station refused to take a report, saying he did not want to go against another officer. The way that WPD exercises their discretion speaks volumes about the values and integrity of the department. I know they think they're protecting people. They seem to genuinely believe they're helping, but that hasn't actually been the experience of the people of Worcester. This is reflected, in addition to the DOJ report and net equity audit, by the city's investment of $600,000 a year in technology to compensate for the fact that people don't even call them if they hear gunshots, because they know police do not, in fact, provide safety. And for the reason...
Thank you.
The background checks for folks that are filing complaints and concerns, through the chair to the administration, can someone explain to me the relevance of that and what weight is that given with respect to any determinations of veracity of the individuals who are bringing that forward? What is the purpose of that, through the chair?
Chief?
Through the chair to the councilor, when we do a background check on anybody that's filing any type of complaint, that's how we're instructed to do it as far as the training we have when they go to the internal affairs school. That's the training you get, and every single person you talk to, you want to have their background in any investigation. So that's just a starting point when you're going to open up a file.
So some of the community members have reached out to me as indicate that's a deterrent. Question to the chair, to the city, the administration. Again, how is that used in assessing the validity of a complaint or the merits of said complaint, through the chair?
Chief?
Through the chair to the councilor, if you were the complainant and if you've taken out 6 complaints on me, yeah, I would go towards your veracity. Yeah, I would go towards your veracity, because we need to find the underlying causes of why there are so many complaints. So we would look at that in addition to what your complaint is, and that would go towards your veracity. There are a lot of people out there that are very biased against the police, and they make a lot of complaints. And we have to take each one individually and assess what the complaint is. Sometimes there's people with disabilities that they may not be able to get their point across due to whatever reason, and we try to put that with everything else into consideration and when we interview people. So you never ask a question that you don't know the answer to. That's a basic investigatory 101.